everyone.
Hello.
Hi, we're back at first.
My week goes like pretty much any other week. Working behind the scenes on Misscliks stuff with their graphic design needs and social media graphics and whatnot. That's the weekly grind. You good? Well, thank you.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. My week has been really great. Just taught some folks how to make some sweet, awesome mermaid scales last night on the Cosplay Cabaret stream. I have a cat in front of me, so that's pretty awesome. All in all, really good. Just recovered from a 4-day fever. Woohoo!
Woo.
So
Yay.
glad to be healthy and well.
I think you're muted, Lina.
I
Or at least that's what someone in chat said.
think my sound gate. Now I think I've got. I think.
Okay.
Kelly, go ahead. Tell us what you've been.
I am recently getting sick, so if I sound stuffed up and I sneeze a bunch, I apologize. It's very disgusting and I shouldn't do it on stream. But I can't help it. I took Dayquil, but it's not enough. So that's just pretty much been my week. Oh, I started playing Fallout 3 because I've never played a Fallout game before, and I played Fallout Shelter way too much. And so I felt like to justify it, I had to play Fallout 3. So that's been my week.
Cool. Well, are you going to give 4 a try then?
Oh, yeah, of course.
For sure.
It was-
Okay, so
it
you're
was
getting
great.
ready for it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. All right, and Miss Trist Chi.
I had my birthday this weekend.
Woo!
Happy belated birthday!
Yay! My friends were from that they moved to China a long time ago, but they came back to the States to visit me for my birthday, and we hung out, and they bought me this awesome tea straining thing for loose leaf tea.
Ooh.
And super awesome. We had a lot of drinks, and it was a good time.
Nice.
Happy. Glad to have you here with Miss Brittany. So, in the meantime, if you're not aware, we scurvy.
Thank you.
Yes. Let me pull that up.
Did we go through everybody? Did we go?
Stephanie, did you say how you
hey.
were?
Did I miss Stephanie? Oh wait, I'm Stephanie.
Yeah.
I mean, technically that's me. Yeah.
Lena, how are you?
I'm good. I'm great. I've had a great week traveling, and I was kind of pretty busy with getting that build together and all that jazz. I'm super. One of the first. Basically, what we did last week, character creation, which took most of our time.
Lena, they're saying you're still cutting out.
I'm gonna take a.
Yeah.
Yeah, just before you explain the whole backstory, and they're like, I don't know what's going on.
Blah, 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 blah.
We have a 6th player.
Sorry, she does this.
Hello, dog.
She just wasn't. Right.
Aww, that's so
Sorry.
sweet though.
Oh,
I help you D&D.
I feel like our show needs a dog. The other show has Poa, so we think we need a dog.
There you go. Emir.
And that is a cute face.
he's like your familiar, so it's fine.
There you go.
He's like, I'm
You're
here
so
to help
tiny
cast
that you
the
can
spell.
use him as a horse.
Oh god.
Do you ride side saddle?
Oh yeah, right. I should. That's a good point. I'm sure I can. Stop. I'm sorry. I'll mute.
Okay, Soulbound, week 1, gaze into the deep. So he actually puts a really cool quote in there too. So though me, the way to the city of woe. Through me, the way of everlasting pain. Abandon all hope, ye who enter. Nuts and bolts. So this is a brand new campaign with brand new characters, brand new. They haven't even created, so creation took a good portion of week 1's stream time. He introduced the characters, so we'll do that real quick, and then we'll start with what he named as Deja Vu. Rogue Dragon, a gold dragonkin rogue who was raised by halflings, roughly 8 feet tall, though he slumps most of the time. Opalescent eyes, believes himself to be the most sneaky of sneak thieves. He's not, though. A little touched, if you will, naive but enthusiastic. Xenifer, who is Brittany, is a young tiefling rogue, 5'4" petite, daggers and short bow wielding. Her eyes shift colors with her mood, so we'll have to ask her what mood she's in today, or maybe we can just decipher it.
It could be a new game.
Yeah.
Yes. By the color of her eyes.
Her mentor is missing, and her search for him or her continues. Slightly sassy attitude and cares more about her appearance than perhaps normal. Sir Owen Goldleaf is a half-elf paladin, golden-eyed and scarred on his forearm and groin, bearing a long sword and shield, off on a scouting mission from his order. Kender, a forest gnome wizard, smart and mischievous, although her curiosity may get the better of her at times. 3'3", she's 3 feet 3 inches tall, 40 pounds, and 20 years old. She holds a spellbook and a quarterstaff that is almost larger than her. Described as having long, shaggy brown hair with green eyes and tan skin, mostly uncaring of her personal appearance. She is clearly in it for knowledge and not looks, unlike Xenifer. And then we have Negrala, or as we'll have Nadja say it for us.
Ngrala.
Ngrala.
Grala.
Ngrala. Yeah, we
I
did
did.
it.
I've legit been
Grala.
practicing it since last week.
Ngrala.
I have not, so I will not say it.
All right. Well, we've got Ngrala, a half-orc monk, 6'5", 250 pounds, gray skin, gray eyes, bald, but for a bright orange top knot. She's attempting to overcome the innate rage of her orcish heritage through meditation. She's been an outcast of her clan, oblivious to social etiquette, preferring fighting, and she's a bit of a hermit. So, that brings us to what actually happened. Yes?
I just want to feel like I should probably explain because the note taker put in chat. The note taker put in chat that he doesn't remember putting groin in there.
I added that.
So after the show last week, we kind of sat down, and if the people that were here last week were here this week were here last week, they were here for my 4-role drama. So Lena has so graciously allowed us to turn into a 7, which had been put on my intellect last week. But afterwards, we figured that it made more sense to put it on my dexterity as far as the background for my character is concerned. It just made more sense that way. So I now have average intelligence, but my dexterity is a 7. So I have, I'm pretty clumsy because of that. And then also I will have sort of a weird stride from a groinal injury in a past battle, which has made my movement speed from 30 to 25 as well, just for those statisticians out there. For the men in the audience, everything's fine. Everything's good. But
the ladies want to know too.
Yeah, man.
and that.
Goldie.
I mean, you do have those golden eyes.
True.
Dreamy.
So anyway, that's where if you want to add that to the notes, Mark, then that's where the groin scar came from our need to swap
Groin
two of my.
injury Rex, exactly. He was like, "Are you serious? A groin injury?" I was like, "Dude, I mean, I'm letting you switch it. It's got to be something."
Yeah, it was it was the price he paid. So yeah.
Especially coming from a 4.
Yeah.
Like, you were originally 4, man. You
Started
rolled
from the
3+.
bottom, now we're here.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Sorry.
So I just
Sorry.
so my character won't be dumb. He's just going to be clumsy
Yeah.
and walk with a little bit of a strange pep in his step or lack thereof.
Oh.
So
Awesome. All right. So we'll continue. A group of varied people awaken in the center of town they have never been to. In fact, they are standing in a round fountain in the center of town. The fountain of water is glowing, shifting colors in patterns they don't quite understand. It seems to be morning time and deserted. Owen, being mindful of his armor's metal nature, climbs out of the water first to prevent rusting. He advises the others to get out of the water also, on account of the vibrant colors being probably a bad sign. Rogue Dragon rolls out of the fountain, shakes off the water like a dog might, and then uses the lip of the fountain as cover to peek up and over, only to find Ngrala staring straight into his eyes. The dragonkin attempts to converse with the half-orc, somewhat sing-songly, before returning to his hidden posture.
Super hidden.
Jennifer, meanwhile, has climbed out and begins braiding her hair, rather upset that it has gotten wet. Kender sputters as she awakens, standing in water up to her waist, panics about her spellbook, quickly clambering out of the water to dry it off. Once she confirms its intactness, she turns to begin investigating the colors and lights from the fountain. It seems magical in nature, but she can't quite grasp what it is or where it's from. Owen inquires if everyone's okay, and no one seems to be feeling any effects. However, the group begin to note that the concrete around them isn't quite normal. Sparkling with reflection of the morning light, the different colors, west green, east silver, south ebon, and north white. Kender starts looking around, wondering who it was that teleported them. Ngrala and Jennifer point out that Kenner is the one holding the spell book, not them. Kender dismisses the implication, pointing out that she wouldn't use teleportation magic to bring herself to a place with a bunch of strangers. Rogue Dragon takes the conversation as a chance to speak in not-so-private to Ngrala. Owen introduces himself to the group. Rogue Dragon starts rolling around looking for traps while narrating his own musical as he does so. Sneaky as blank. Ngrala mimics Rogue Dragon's rolling, though not really knowing why. And that is where we have left off. So, we are going to just let Miss Brittany appear wildly later on, because
Maybe she's unconscious.
we can find something to roll with in the meantime.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
She's just going along with everything until she gets back, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, so intactness. I reserve the right. I'm okay with that, Mark. Okay.
So, while the half-orc and the dragonkin, because I don't know their names yet because they haven't introduced themselves, I don't believe. While they are doing
Everyone
this,
knows Rogue Dragon's name. They talked about third person.
right. While they are doing their sort of roll whisper dance,
Rogue Dragon is being roguelike, okay? It's not a dance. Rogue Dragon is thoroughly roguing for clues. So
yeah, that's
what's
happening. And then
That's the thing.
so I
totally a thing.
walk over to Kinder and try to. I see that she's got a book, and it's obviously a spell book. Ask her if she can sense anything out of the ordinary about this fountain, and why it's seemingly obviously out of the ordinary. And since she has a spell book, can she decipher anything from this odd well that we all appeared in?
Well, she already tried to do that once.
So I used investigation, but I picked my 6 level 1 spells, although I haven't chosen them today. I believe that's the correct way to do it. I still kind of run on 2nd edition rules.
That's fine.
I have detect magic, but I pretty much already know through having a high intelligence that it's magical, but I'm guessing that I won't be able to figure out beyond that.
Yeah.
Am I smart
Okay.
enough to figure that out?
Yeah. So since you were able to investigate it, but not to the level of which it would reveal anything, yeah, at this point you are confident it's magical. You know it is. You don't doubt that.
So detect magic isn't really going to do anything
Yeah.
more.
No.
Okay. So, since we've kind of determined then that she's not going to get any more use out of her spells than we already have, I'm going to cast Divine Sense on the well to get an idea of what parts of it seem evil versus good, if not all of it being one or the other.
Okay.
So maybe the directions, one will be better than the
Right.
other.
So, if some of the colors are sensing more good than evil and whatnot.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the. Let me pull up your. I'm trying to decide what I want you to roll with. What does it say? Does your spell say anything about additional dice or buffs or anything like that?
It doesn't say that I have to roll for it. I just get it every. It says you can use this feature a number of times equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier.
Okay, so what's your charisma modifier? Let's look.
Charisma is 1, so I get it twice every long rest.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna use it once now.
Correct, on the fountain.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so the first attempt, you get the sense of not really it being evil or good, but more neutral, almost like a true neutral. So,
Okay. Well, it just wouldn't show me anything then, because it says that the spell says it only shows me like bad stuff or good stuff. So I guess if it doesn't work at all, then
right. Well, you can tell your party that you can
Yeah.
tell that this is something that doesn't necessarily feel evil to you, but it doesn't also feel good. It's just kind of existing.
okay. Well, have Ngrala and Rogue Dragon, are they still off kind of inspecting around for?
Yeah, I think so, but I don't know.
I am not. I don't know why I'm rolling.
Okay.
So eventually I stop,
Okay.
and I just kind of stand up and dust myself off,
Okay.
and I'm just kind of like that. That is an interesting exercise. But I think I've learned what I can from it. I am going to take one of the vials out of my herbalism kit and fill it with the fountain water and put a stopper in it and put it away without talking to anyone.
I like it.
I see her do that, and I think that that's a great idea. So I take my water skin and empty it and do the same thing.
Okay. So, Ngrala, since your vial is clear, you see that the water is colorful for just a moment, and then it appears to be completely normal water.
I frown at it.
But that's not to say that it won't be helpful. So, you also fill yours up, but you don't notice it. Other than the very top of it, you think you see like a glimmer of color, Owen, and then it also just appears to be clean, clear water.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I communicate to them then that I've attempted to sense the divinity of the well, and it has proven to not give me any results either way.
Mm-hmm.
So we are kind of still in the same predicament as before, with not understanding how we got here or what any of these directions mean.
So while he's talking, I am not paying any obvious attention. Like, obviously I can hear him, but like I don't make any sort of eye contact, and I'm just kind of walking around the perimeter, and I stop in front of the southern path.
Mm-hmm.
That's the silvery one, right?
Yeah. It's like a dark metal gray, like an ebon black, like a very dark color, yes. But it's glittery, so it can appear like, a dark gray ebon. Yeah.
Is this the color I would recognize?
Yes, it would
Okay.
be.
So I stop, and my head kind of tilts to the side, and then I start walking down that path.
Where are you going?
I stop and look over my shoulder. This way.
Why that way?
I recognize it.
So you know where we are?
I have no idea where we are, but I know that this is the path I'm meant to be on. Completely cryptic, straight face.
I say, I guess it's as good as any, and I feel like we should stick together for now. So
We're gonna follow a half-orc's whimsy.
unless you have a better plan.
Rogue Dragon wants to know if Rogue Dragon could come.
Rogue
Sure.
Dragon is large and shines brightly in the sun, so yes.
Rogue Dragon, sneakiest dragon around, and then he takes like 5 somersaults forward, and then lands like this, and then he goes, and then Rogue Dragon says, Rogue Dragon's gonna look for some traps. So Rogue Dragon wants to look for traps on the silver path.
Okay.
Just as we go.
No, in that moment,
Oh.
he wants to know if he sees any traps.
You do not notice any traps. You notice really glittery concrete squares, and then regular boring concrete squares, and that's about all you see, other than some trees and bushes. That was really loud. Sorry. Trees and bushes are around the, obviously the sides of the path. So.
Kinder, are you going to be joining us?
Yeah, Kinder doesn't seem pleased.
Sorry, my dog was making a lot of noise and I had to mute it. She's one second. This is ridiculous for one point. And someone's going to have to carry the unconscious tiefling, because that person's just been laying there for a good hour now.
Did we decide she was unconscious, or is she just kind of going along with everything?
I'm going with unconscious.
Yeah.
So let's
She wind up
correct me.
unconscious.
I'm not the DM.
No, but I like the idea of her just not waking up. She's just she's heavily asleep.
So Rogue Dragon crouches down and like crawls up to the tiefling, but his like butt's like really up in the air and his tail is dragging far behind him, but he gets really close eye level and then sniffs the tiefling like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rogue Dragon has never seen another dragonkin before, and he's out in the world to meet another dragonkin because he's only been around halflings, and he doesn't recognize the scent of the tiefling, but the tiefling has a tail and Rogue Dragon has a tail. So Rogue Dragon's like, this is the closest thing to a dragonkin, and Rogue Dragon kind of like goes underneath the tiefling and like gets her on his back and like adjusts, and Rogue Dragon's like, I got this pretty thing.
Look what I found.
And it kind of like adjusts a little bit and then looks at everybody, and Rogue Dragon's like, yeah, so my friend's coming with us.
Okay, Rogue Dragon, try not to roll too much while she's on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell Rogue Dragon how to rogue. Rogue Dragon be rogan.
You got it covered, Rogue Dragon.
Totes. Got it covered.
Excellent. Well, we've solved that logistical problem. I'm going this way. We can
All
fight.
right. No, what? No? No? Backs up super fast. No. I'm good.
Are you sure?
Big half orc.
Trial by combat is very
no.
reliable.
Unless you want a good whack at the stick, I think we're good.
I also have a stick. Do you want to fight?
No, it's fine. I'm
Rogue
sorry.
Dragon
You're
then
great.
like crawls up to the small creature and says, "You look like Rogue Dragon thinks you look like some halfling's family. Are you a very small halfling?"
Did
Rogue
you call
Dragon.
me a halfling? I am not a halfling. You. All right.
Are
Let's.
you a quarterling?
A 3/5 ling?
Them's fighting words.
You listen here, and I cast I'm gonna say this word again wrong. Prestidignation, which is like an illusion spell, and I create a devastating, epic-looking illusion on my hand. With one quick move, I can kill all of you. I
My
don't want
eyebrows
to.
kinda-
Rogue Dragon licks it.
But you don't want to fight.
Puts it away.
Crosses
Leads
her
away.
arms. Yeah.
I remind everyone while they're kind of squabbling that we are but few, and we found ourselves here, kind of unknown how we all got here, and we should probably try to work together rather than argue with each other.
Yeah, I would say that's probably a good idea.
Rogue Dragon says, Nala, where are we going?
Again, we're going this way.
Okay.
Start
So-
walking.
You all agree to begin going south? Yes? Okay.
They start walking that way, and I turn to Kinder one more time, and I reiterate that I think she should come with us rather than stay behind by herself.
Oh, Rogue Dragon can carry you too.
No, I'm fine. I'm on my way. I might have
well-
small legs, but I can walk fast.
Well, Owen is at a disadvantage walking as well, so he stays back with you. And
Yeah,
you
we're-
two
yeah.
can walk together.
Oh, why are you walking so slow? What? Is there addition?
Just so that I just want to, keep you company.
Oh,
Keeping you company.
thank you. Initially I thought that you were of the unintelligible type, but recently I feel like you've changed, so that's okay.
You woke up fresh.
As
and
she
new.
says that, I kind of almost stumble over like a rock. Like, I catch myself, but it's kind of like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep going.
Rogue Dragon turns around and is walking backwards, and Rogue Dragon says to the golden-eyed human, "What?" Rogue Dragon doesn't. What's your name?
Sir Owen.
Oh, you have gold eyes.
Yes, I do.
Rogue
I am
Dragon
a-
thinks they're pretty glittery.
Well, thank you. I owe that to my half-elf heritage.
What's a half-elf heritage?
Someone that...
Sorry. As the conversation continues, they
Yeah.
walk a few several feet, 100 feet. They get to a area that looks to be a crossway in the road as you guys continue your conversation.
And Growler stops and just kind of looks around.
There seems to be some peasants and some fellow adventurers walking around. It seems to kind of pick up traffic down here. The glittery path continues southward. To the west and east is an additional road. So let me draw for you. Next week I'm gonna have everything set up to where I have like actual scenes to throw out there.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice. I try to stop one of the actual peasants, not necessarily somebody that looks like they're a traveler, more like somebody that looks like they live around the area where we are.
Okay. One of them stops and scoffs at you, and another one turns and says, "Well, you're in Sable, of course," and continues walking.
Sable.
Oh.
Do any of us know what Sable is?
You're like, "Oh, that doesn't help us at all." Like, okay, what's Sable?
Does it look like
Okay.
it's a human town?
Yeah, most of the adventurers you see are humanoids of some degree. Some are actually humans, and then others are humanoids. So, you know, the usual.
Are we drawing any unusual amount of attention given that we have a dragonkin and a half-orc in our company?
No one seems to be paying you any real mind. You know, there's the random get out of the way or move along, that kind of thing, but not anything too crazy. It appears, though, that a lot of people are using this as a means of transportation, this road that goes west, east, and, of course, north and south still. So this is the direction of which you're heading, and there is a lot of traffic going this way.
You might want to swap the overlays so that Twitch.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even.
Looking out for the chat.
Yeah, thank you.
Um,
Oh no.
I
Chat's messed up.
I guess I ask Ingrala if she has any new sense of which direction she should be traveling in.
I am following the sparkly road. There are other roads. They do not sparkle. I don't care about them. I am going this way.
Are there other Lina, are there other travelers then also taking that path from where we are?
Yeah, some people are going south. It doesn't seem unreasonable. It's not like everyone's avoiding it. No one's avoiding it. It's just, just appears to be an area of which you should decide if you're going to go one of the busy routes or if you're going to continue to travel south.
Okay, I would like to then also attempt to stop a traveler instead of a peasant, someone that looks like they've got like gear with them and whatnot that is traveling in that direction, and ask them if they know what is in that direction.
So you eventually notice a male that looks as if they could also be a paladin type. They have some better chainmail than you, like a ruby chainmail, and they still seem to be a pretty young fighter sort. And he tells you that, again, you're in Sable, and south isn't extremely well known once you get past the forest.
Then Rogue Dragon like kind of goes and shuffles in front of this traveler, and Rogue Dragon says, "Rogue Dragon, hi, I'm Rogue Dragon. Nice to meet you." And then kind of bows and then says, "Has this road?" Rogue Dragon wants to know, has this road always been glittery?
He looks at Rogue Dragon a little concerned and says, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's always been this way, but I haven't lived here very long. What does Rogue Dragon do?
Rogue Dragon says, "Thank you kindly," and then kind of shuffles back to his new friends.
Okay.
And then turns around and says, "Rogue Dragon knows this road has
guys.
been sparkly for as long as that traveler knows it's been sparkly."
Thank you.
Rogue Dragon is helping.
Okay. Sorry, I'm fixing something, and then I will... Boom. Okay, I have it fixed now. Sorry, guys. Okay, so, alright. The adventurer looks at Rogue Dragon strangely, like, oh, okay, and just continues on. He pardons himself and says, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, I have to go. Duty calls." And so you're left in the fork, and now I believe, you get the idea that standing here probably isn't the best idea. So you should probably get to moving in a direction to maybe adventure the town, or keep going on this path that Ingrala is very convinced about. What shall you do?
Half orc, where do you want to go?
My vision tells me I should continue going south. Although it occurs to me that it might be wise to perhaps inquire about this forest.
So maybe somebody can investigate, look around, maybe see what's around the path. It's a busy path, but paths that are frequently traveled, maybe there's something around that isn't as frequently traveled. Maybe somebody should look around the bushes.
I can
such.
roll an investigation check.
Okay, great.
Seems as though it's been strongly encouraged, but I'm not proficient in it. So let's see what happens.
Oh, nice.
Nope, a 4.
Oh, I looked at the 14. That sucks.
Yeah, the first number.
Well, you scratch your head and based on your discovery, that you are headed the right way. But you don't see anything out of the ordinary. But maybe the mage might find something? Or the wizard, rather, sorry. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. I think she will, though. She looks. No, Kelly?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I was reading chat, actually.
Do you feel like adventuring around?
No, I'm following the half orc.
Okay. All right. Well, then you just decide to continue on then. I mean, if you're not going to search anywhere else, if you don't inquire anyone else to search, then we should just keep walking.
Yeah, a rogue dragon makes like 5 forward somersaults, and
With the tiefling?
yeah,
Okay.
very acrobatically, because I'm proficient in acrobatics.
I mean, do you?
Yeah. So, but I mean, somersaults kind of like summer flips, being very cognizant of his friend on his back, and it kind of lands in the center of the road and wants to look around again for more traps in an attempt to help out his friends who seem that they can't make a decision either way. So this is his way of helping.
Okay.
So he's gonna make a check around.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you don't notice any traps, but you definitely notice that the ground, that glittery ground, actually expands further out into the forest. So you don't exactly notice any traps. Not yet.
No traps yet.
Yeah.
And then Rogue Dragon asks, wants to ask another person about that forest. And so Rogue Dragon wants to talk to somebody about the forest. Is there anyone around?
You don't notice anyone around.
Okay.
But, it's something that you noticing it, like brushing away at the path, the others in the party notice you doing this and expose that there are some misplaced, almost, it seems, staggered out into the forest.
Did you
Back
mention
into the forest that we were in? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. So like your path, like all of this on. Let me show you on the map. All the sides. Like, sorry, this is so whatever. But this it expands further out. So like this is all forests. Oops, sorry, I can draw an arrow. But this is on both sides, like an entire like huge forest, and the odd little stones that are randomly placed kind of are like this in the forest and go out and expand outward.
So it's pretty much like a rogue secret passageway.
Yes.
Rogue Dragon turns to the party and says, "Rogued," and points to the stone steps, and then like hops on one, and then hops on the other one, and then hops on the other one, and then turns around and looks at the party and says, "Secret path, rogued."
I don't think you know what that word means.
And Grala kind of looks at the steps, looks at Rogue Dragon, back at the steps, and then mimics the hopping movement. Because apparently that's how you approach these objects that she's never seen before. So she like hopscotches after Rogue Dragon into the forest.
I think to myself that there's no way in hell I'm gonna hop, so I just walk.
Because you will bust your ass.
Because I'll literally fall and bust my ass.
Yeah. But you're smart enough to know that. That's the good part.
So, it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
So I walk very carefully behind them, attempting not to trip over roots and whatnot.
And then I say, come on, small friend."
Do we even know where this is going?
We'll know when we find it.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, since Kender decides to join, Kender, you look out over the distance in total exasperation and frustration, and you notice there's a little bit of smoke coming out of the skyline. Just a little. Where you're standing throughout all the trees, you can see something that's creating smoke, but you're not sure what. But, your intelligence tells you that it's probably a house.
Okay, we should hurry. Do you guys not see that? Do you not smell it? Wait, do we smell it? How close is it?
It's pretty far away, but maybe as you say that, the smoke starts coming your way, and you are able to smell it a little, and it just smells like burning wood.
To us, but does Rogue Dragon smell anything?
Oh yeah, do I smell anything?
Oh, because you can smell extra awesome.
I'm like super duper good sniffer.
Yeah, you can determine that someone's actually cooking food.
What kind of food?
Grilled chicken and alligator.
Awesome. So Rogue Dragon breathes in and turns around and says, "Rogue Dragon, smell something on the breeze."
What is it, Rogue Dragon?
Chicken.